What is going on? Welcome to the video. Finally back in Austin. We were gone for the last week. Thank God. We were up in Boston, actually New Hampshire, which means I spent way too much time on a jet ski doing backflips into a lake.
Yep, and me filming it.
You did a good job. But the real reason we were there is because Julia's brother got married. And it got me thinking, like, y'all saw that we got engaged. How long has it been?
Almost 2 years.
I think it was last February. And then I don't think we've spoken about it a single time on camera since then because, well, like, that's what we're going to talk about today.
Where's my pre-workout?
You don't have a pre-workout because you've had 2 coffees already. Now, guys, the story of Julia and David, it starts almost 5 years ago in Boston. And some of the real OG beasts out there will remember the little studio apartment I had where I filmed my first handful of videos. At this time, keep in mind that I had gone through a couple one-year relationships that fizzled out. Yeah, the first one fizzled out, the second one kind of like exploded out, if you know what I'm saying. But I'd overcome most of my insecurities with girls, and I was just trying to be a single man, enjoy the single life, focus on the business. And then I met Julia. We went to the same gym and had seen each other there. We also matched on Bumble. And as the story famously goes, she flaked on the first date.
Okay, I'll never be able to live that one down.
Nope.
But I had just gotten out of a 5-year relationship and I was not looking for anything serious.
I'm not sure what that has to do with flaking, but she flaked the day of. I sent her a text that was like, look, if you change your mind, you know where to find me. Very killer text, by the way. 2 days later, she texted me. She's like, I want to hang out. Like, are you free tomorrow? We hung out, and we ended up living like a few blocks away. We, for 3 months, I'd say, very casually dated. We hung out probably a little bit too much, but then feelings naturally started to develop when you see someone that much. And we were in denial of it. We went through like a little awkward period where we decided we're gonna stop hanging out. And about a month after that, there was this Spain trip, right? Y'all know my family's from Spain. I go there once or twice a year. I was there. She had a trip planned with her good friend.
Yeah, we were supposed to go to Madrid for a couple, like 3 or 4 days and then go over to Sevilla. And I don't know like what happened, but I was like at the airport and I was texting him and I was like, should we just come to Sevilla and stay with you?
They came and stayed at my parents' place. My parents weren't there the entire time. And at that point, we had this like huge fight, but then it led us to like kind of being more honest about our feelings for each other.
And being like, this is stupid. Like, if we like each other, like, we should make this work.
So when we got back to Boston, I think that's kind of when the relationship like officially began. That's also when y'all started to see awkward Julia in the videos.
Stop, guys! I just didn't like being on camera. I was super awkward. I'd be like, hey guys.
Let's all drop a thumbs up on the video for Julia's improved confidence on camera. Since then, you guys have seen the relationship like organically grow. We moved down to Austin together. She was working as a therapist at a school. She was the first employee that I hired full time. And it's been a crazy fucking adventure. And then it was last year at the beginning of 2020, after 3.5 years of dating, that I decided to propose to Julia. Can you guys see that? My hand is literally shaking right now, dude. Julia?
Oh my god.
I fucking love you. Will you marry me?
Yes. Oh my goodness.
It went down in Tulum. You guys saw it.
I feel like you guys were there.
Yeah, it's a moment that I'll never forget. But since then, things have not progressed, and there's just a lot we need to figure out. Gains, bro, workout complete. And that's only the first workout of the day.
What are you talking about?
We're doing 2-a-days now.
What?
One at the gym, one at the home gym.
We don't have a home gym anymore.
No, but we have a bedroom. I'm sorry, that's kind of cringy. But you do have to be prepared in any place at any time. And that's why I decided to partner with the Roman to be the sponsor of today's video. Look, bro, the two biggest confidence killers for guys in the bedroom are definitely premature ejaculation and erectile dysfunction. If you struggle with either of these things, it can make you straight up not even want to put yourself in the position to hook up with the girl. But don't worry, because that's where Roman comes in to help you out. If you're struggling with ED, then Roman's gonna set you up with a free online visit with a healthcare professional, and if medication's appropriate, they're gonna send it right to your door in a discreet package, free 2-day shipping, no awkward visits to the doctor required. And if you're struggling to last longer, they also offer Roman swipes, which are super convenient. They fit in your wallet, they're clinically proven to work, and they don't even require a prescription. And because Roman is sponsoring today's video, you already know that they're hooking it up. If you go to getroman.com/beast or click that first link in description, you're gonna get $15 off your first order of ED treatment. That is getroman.com/beast. Go check it out.
I feel like our relationship would not work out if I didn't eat tacos.
I mean, it wouldn't work out. That's like top of my priority list. That, cooking and cleaning. So this is Veracruz tacos. Bacon, 2 bacon tradicional tacos, 1 migas. This is like widely considered the best breakfast tacos in Austin. What are your thoughts?
I think I don't get breakfast tacos, so I can't speak on that, but I do think this is like a solid 9 out of 10.
I would agree. It varies, but these look fire today. By the way, that spot is called Veracruz. I guess it's not behind me. I have to say, it's getting a little bit confusing with credit cards these days. At first, you used to just swipe them. Then it was like swipe them or insert them. And now it's like you can swipe it, you can insert it, sometimes you can tap it. I'm a big fan of the tapping, because it usually works well. Like, what's going to be next, though? They're going to be like, oh, if you do a little dance, it might work. The swipe's not working. Just do the Macarena for me real quick. I don't know. All right, so February 2020 is when we got engaged. Then March 2020, something happened that some of you guys may be aware of. You might have heard of this. It was called COVID. Am I saying that right? COVID hit, and that threw a huge wrench in our plans. And keep in mind, it's not like we were trying to get married like as soon as possible.
No, we weren't really in any rush. We wanted to celebrate our engagement, but obviously, that didn't happen.
Yeah, we got locked up, it was locked down, so the only people we celebrated with was myself, brother man, and then we got Rolo, obviously, which was great. But I know Julia was really excited to like show her family and friends the ring, which...
Yeah, I felt like I got robbed, all of that.
Yeah. Also keep in mind that we agreed to do our wedding in Sevilla, Spain, because that's where my family's from. It's a dope place. It's also where our relationship kind of like took off. We visited there many times since then.
And we were supposed to go last April to plan the wedding for the wedding, hopefully this October, but obviously everything got canceled. We were not able to go, so we couldn't plan the wedding.
Yeah, Europe has been very strict about lockdowns, if you're not aware. Like Texas has been very, not strict about lockdowns. So a lot of flights got canceled. Technically, I could have gone because I'm a citizen. Julia is not a citizen. She could not have gone. And I'm not trying to go to Spain by myself to plan a wedding by myself.
Nope.
That does not sound like something that would be fun. Now, I'll be honest. For me, like, of course, this sucks. It's not what we wanted. It's not what we hoped for. But I've just kind of felt like we're never getting married because I don't really have control over any of these things. Like, we can't go to Spain. That means we can't plan the wedding unless we're not going to do it in Spain. But we've agreed, like, we still want to do it in Spain. So I've just been staying focused on like my day-to-day in terms of YouTube, Edge, Beastly, growing the team, and just haven't thought too much about the wedding.
Yeah, for me, I'm like extremely devastated because we were supposed to get married this year and now it's not happening, and we really don't know when it's going to happen with COVID. And I'm also getting older. I'm 28 right now, so if the wedding happens in 2 years, I'm going to be 30, and that's just pushing back this timeline of, having kids and all that stuff. And I don't know, it's really emotional. It's hard when people ask me, oh, when's the wedding? What are you doing? And, I have no idea.
So yeah, that's pretty much the marriage update. I will say that as of now, we have plane tickets for next month, October, to go to Spain to plan the wedding. That was the month the wedding was supposed to be. Julia should be able to get in with a negative COVID test at this point. However, the EU and Spain, they're changing it up like weekly, bro. So my expectation is we're not gonna be able to go, and we're never gonna get married.
Fuck marriage.
I already know there's going to be a lot of comments, questioning my decision to get married to Julia. And I think that just in 2021, there's a lot of men who don't see themselves getting married. The divorce rates have grown a lot over the years. I think a lot of men just don't think marriages are fair towards men, and divorces always favor women. And I think there's a lot of legitimate concerns there. So I want to give my thoughts and my perspective and my advice on all of this. And I think the most, logical reason to get married is if you're someone who wants to start a family and have kids. If you don't, I think that's fine. I don't think it's a man's duty to start a family and have children. I don't think so. But if you do want to have kids, and I do, it makes it a lot easier legally and in terms of taxes and stuff. There's a lot of benefits in that aspect. And Julia's the therapist here. She's a master's in therapy. She's practiced. Am I wrong in assuming that having parents having a healthy relationship is probably the number one indicator of a kid's self-esteem and just overall well-being and happiness?
Yes, in their development.
And I think both of us are extremely lucky that we both have parents who had healthy relationships, and that's one reason for sure I think that I see myself getting married and having children. Here's my advice though. If you're someone who does want to get married or just have a relationship with a girl, or there's a girlfriend, a wife, whatnot, first of all, I've talked about this before, but you have to set boundaries. Most relationships suck because, the other person's doing something you don't like, but then rather than, just having a conversation about it and setting a boundary, this is not okay with me, they just sweep it under the rug, and you have people who resent each other. But beyond that, I think there's two simple rules you can have for yourself that can really make a difference. The first one is never enter an exclusive relationship with a girl, girlfriend, boyfriend, until you've been dating for 3 months. And I don't care if you're no, you don't understand, bro, it's different with this girl. I know I want her, I'm not gonna hold back. I hear that shit all the time. It's bro, if you can't have the self-control to wait 3 months, then you're doing it for the wrong reasons. You're doing it because you're lonely and you just want someone to make you feel complete. And if you're doing it because she's pressuring you, no, I want a boyfriend, oh, you're not ready, oh, you're not ready yet. Well, then you're just you're just crumbling to her pressures, and she's probably doing it for the wrong reasons. And it's going to be a shitty relationship. And the second rule I set for myself, and this was based on research that I saw, wait at least 3 years before becoming engaged to somebody. When you look at the divorce rate, the biggest indicator is how long people dated before getting married. If people dated only a year or less, the divorce rate's very, very high. If you waited 2 years, it gets a little bit lower. If you waited 3 years, I'm pretty sure it reduces the rate of divorce by over 50%. And it makes sense. A lot of relationships, my first 2 relationships ended at 11 months and 12 months. And most people I know, their relationships end after a year or two. So if you just rush into it, maybe you haven't spent enough time with the person. You should probably live with them for a little bit so you get to know them better. Before that, why are you going to rush into it? You have a long life. Just be smart about this shit. This is the biggest decision of your life. So wrapping up the day with a little barbecue with the Barber crew. We got Dave, homie Dave, James, Julia. Most importantly, the spicy chopped brisket is the only thing to get at a barbecue restaurant. Some ribs too.
The legacy of your family. You are your mother. And whether you like it or not.
We just watched the new Marvel movie, Shang-Chi. What do you think, Dave?
5 out of 10.
5 out of 10.
6 out of 10.
Julia?
6.5. I think when you're looking at your phone, it's not that good.
Yo, 9.5 out of 10.
What?
Great action. It was good comedy.
You're on your phone.
For the last 30 seconds, great comedy, great plot. I enjoyed that more than a lot of movies I've seen recently. That's the most I can remember recently.
It's a bottom tier Marvel film.
Yeah. I think you fell asleep.
No, I didn't. I know sometimes I can be kind of generous with my reviews, but I truly believe that was a must-see movie. If you made it all the way to the end of this video, I appreciate you, bro. Hit the thumbs up button. Seriously, it helps the channel. If you're new to the channel, go ahead, click subscribe, and turn notifications on, because I drop 2 new videos every single week, and you don't want to miss them. I will talk to all of y'all in the next video. Stay beastly.